right, let's get right into it. James and Jordan talking to the internet episode. Fucking who cares? Oh my god, that is so many ads. So I was just Google sometimes sends me news notifications about things that it thinks I might be interested. It's usually Elon Musk related because he's in the news a lot and I follow SpaceX. This one caught my eye. The Dark Knight star delivers his verdict on the Batman. Now, who do you think who would you call a star of the Dark Knight?
Of the Dark Knight?
Who's the star of the Dark Knight in your head?
The Dark Knight or the Batman?
The Dark Knight. This is the Dark Knight star delivers his verdict on the Batman.
Bale.
You think that Christian Bale would be considered the star?
Yeah, I think I would.
It obviously can't be Heath Ledger.
No.
Because he's dead.
He is.
Blah, 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 blah. This is a Looper article. Looper recently chatted with David Dasmashlin, who appeared in The Dark Knight as Thomas Shift, one of the Joker's goons. Does that count as the star?
Does it say the star or one of the stars?
The Dark Knight star.
Okay. Sounds like they couldn't get Christian Bale, and they settled for some unknown...
Some guy?
I don't even think they're not even like, credited as a character,
It's
right?
one of the Joker's henchmen.
Which is like,
Some
they don't have
dude.
any lines. Yeah.
Some guy.
It's not even the mobsters, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
The Batman, the
they
Dark
couldn't
Knight
get
star.
anybody else. So what did he say about the new movie?
He said it was pretty good. I actually saw a really good Christian Bale interview before the Bat, like when Edward, I was about to say Edward Furlong. What's his name? Edward Cullen. Robert Pattinson. When he was announced as the Batman, everybody obviously lost their shit.
Yeah.
Said that he couldn't be Batman and that, they immediately a million online petitions started to keep him out of it. And of course, those obviously worked because every online petition works.
That is really good Batman.
I think he did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I said from the beginning that he is going to be a great Batman. I said
people just hear his name and immediately think of Twilight.
Right, which is stupid because that was like 10 years ago and he's done some of the most incredible...
He's also been on camera basically saying that Twilight is dumb.
Yes.
So.
Like, watch Tenet, or Tenant if you want to be wrong and call it what it's not. But watch that and you tell me that he can't do a really good action thriller movie.
When was he in that?
He was
Was that the one where everything was going backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that movie.
Nobody does. It's fucking weird.
It was a lot, yeah.
Watched it 3 times and like 4 different videos on it. Still don't know what was going on.
Yeah, I don't understand it at all.
I think we need to watch it again with subtitles because apparently there's just dialogue that you can't hear that explains the movie.
What? Well, like it's just like people whispering in the background?
Like there's like music and stuff and they're sort of like walking away from the camera. So it's like not important, but it's crucial to the story. Like,
no, it is important.
It's not viewed as important because you can't hear it and they're like not facing you. So it's not like...
But it's crucial to the story, so it's important.
But it's not played as important is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it is. So it's a really good movie though. Like I don't understand it.
Does anybody like that movie?
I love it. I think it's great.
Tenet?
I think it's great.
Yeah. But does anybody like pretend like they understand it? Or do people
if
just
they
say
do,
it was good?
they're lying.
Yeah, I think they just said it was good because they didn't want to feel stupid.
Right.
See, I'll just outright just be like, I don't understand anything that's happening right now.
Yeah, I don't get what happened to the movie, but I think that the action was incredible. I think that the acting was incredible from everybody. I again don't know what the story was, but I'm sure it was incredible.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that movie.
But Robert Pattinson, is really good in it. He's also really good in The Lighthouse, which is a really weird movie.
Yeah, I wanted to watch that one. I've never seen it though.
Anyway, you should watch it. I think you would like it. I'm still not sure if I like it or not.
The Lighthouse?
Yeah, it's
that's the black and white one, right?
With Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
It's really weird. But Christian Bale, they asked Christian Bale what he thought about it, and he said, awesome. Like, it's a great choice. I think he's going to do a really good job on the movie. and they're like, what would you give, if you could give one piece of advice to him, what would it be? And he's like, don't listen to anybody on the internet. Look at what happened when Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker. Like, everybody lost their minds, and just look at how that turned out. Like, just don't listen to anything that anybody says. So yeah, he clearly, I'm not saying that Christian Bale and myself are, on the same level in terms of acting or, yelling at people about lights on the set of a Terminator movie that's really bad. But, I
love that, the Christian Bale flip out.
I will say this. What accent was he doing it in?
Like, I think it was an American accent.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever dropped character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because he's
impressive.
Goddamn professional.
Yeah. Plus, it was an intense scene, so he didn't want to drop the intensity.
In a really bad movie. Too bad he's in that movie. Like, what if he was in, like, a good Terminator movie?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Because he's a good actor.
Because I was about to say, if they replaced him with anybody else, it's still going to be the same movie.
No, I was thinking, like the for him, not for the movie.
Like, I think it would be cool if a Terminator movie came out and it was actually, like, unbelievably good.
Well, Jordan, that actually kind of segues into this next little bit that I have here.
They're making a TV series.
I don't know about any of that. I was just thinking about the Terminator the other day because I really like the first two movies. And then I thought, well, most of them are bad, but let's see what the reviews have to say. So I have some movie reviews here.
For the ones that are bad.
For 2 Terminator movies. And this game that I've invented is called Terminator 2 or Terminator Poo. And then in brackets I put got 'em.
Wow, that's very clever.
Probably should have done one on Morbius and the Batman, but maybe next week. So these are all reviews from letterboxd.com, where the review is either for Terminator 2 or Terminator Dark Fate. I don't think you've seen that one, but I have described it to you. It's the most recent one.
Yeah.
So there are 14 of these, and I'm going to read the review, and you have to guess which movie it's for.
Okay.
And if you get more than 50% correct, you get a special prize. If you don't...
Is it the hot sauce?
No.
No.
If you don't get more than 50% correct, you don't get the prize. It's very simple. There's nothing for you to lose, only something for you to gain.
It's just a review for Terminator 2 and Dark Fate.
Or Dark Fate.
Just those 2 movies.
Correct.
Yeah. All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is the first one. This is 5 stars, and this is a 5-star system. So this is like top. This is by Quentin X on the 13th of April, 2022. Holy shit! I assume there's stars there. This is the best action movie I've seen. This is an amazing movie with so many excellent scenes. The first one was a bust, but this one beats all. I wish I could rate this higher.
That's Dark Fate.
You're voting Dark Fate on that one?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. That is a Terminator 2.
Why are they reviewing it in 2022?
I don't know what to tell you. On to the next one. This is a 5-star review. This is from Tobias on March 15th, 2022. I met and fell in love with my girlfriend because of this film. Forever grateful this film led me to the love of my life. I still love every moment.
I want to say Dark Fate, but I don't want to say Dark Fate. So, is it Dark? It's Dark Fate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the name of the movie.
So I'm going to go with Terminator 2.
That is incorrect. This is a Terminator Dark Fate review. On to the next one.
Wait, he met his girlfriend there?
Yes.
He met her.
The love of his life.
He met her.
I assume when this movie came out, which was 2019, I think.
Like, he went on a date with her to this movie?
I assume.
Okay.
This is a review by Alchemist, but it's spelled weird. 3 stars. And their profile picture is of HAL 9000, if that helps you at all.
Okay.
I don't understand the hype for this. The first one was so much better.
Yeah, this is the second one.
This is T2. That is correct. This is a Terminator 2 review. All right, on to the next one. This is 5 stars from Kiera, February 19th. That's one day after my birthday, 2022. Watched with Ben.
That's not even a review. Watched with Ben.
Watched with Ben.
Who's Ben?
I don't know. This is not supposed to be a fair quiz, by the way.
No. So I'm gonna go with Dark Fate on that one.
That is correct. This is a T-poo.
Just the fact that they can't even review the movie, or have anything good to say about it, other than that you watched it, makes me think
with
it's
somebody else.
Right.
This is a 5-star review from Wato Koisho something. October 23rd, 2021. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the Terminator timeline, but fuck it, this was awesome.
That's gonna be Dark Fate.
That is Dark Fate. That is correct. I should probably be keeping track of what you've gotten so far.
I think I've gotten 3.
Sure. Bug it. Who cares? This is
I'm getting that prize either way.
Probably. This is a 1/2-star review watched by Huzalton.
1/2 star?
1/2 star. This person does not like this movie.
So the very minimum
exactly.
amount of
Other than
stars.
just not reviewing it at all.
Okay.
December 21st, 2021. Worst movie I've ever watched.
It's gonna be Dark Fate.
That is a Terminator 2 review.
Wow.
I know.
You must have been watching some really good movies then.
If that's the worst
if that's the worst movie he's ever seen.
The worst movie ever watched.
Unless it's like some like teeny bopper who thinks 80s stuff is or that was 91, right?
92, I think.
Yeah, something like
91, 92.
I don't know. It's ancient too.
It is the oldest movie ever made, actually. It's weird that was the first movie, especially since it's the sequel. This is a 1/2-star review from emen14, February 27th, 2022. For the fate of the future and mine, I stopped watching after 14 minutes. What a cash grab. Pathetic.
That's Dark Fate.
That is indeed Dark Fate. This is from Despidey YT. This is a 4.5-star review. He's got a little Spider-Man in his profile picture. Okay, I totally understand the hype for this one. The action was insane with 4 E's. Super fun. I recommend it.
That's Dark Fate.
This is a Terminator 2 review.
The fuck?
So clearly, Despidey does not agree with whatever the worst movie ever watched guy was. All right, here we go. 2 stars. Watched by Jay. April 10th, 2022. Still not my thing, but I like seeing Edward Furlong in something else. Linda Hamilton is still hot as fuck, and I want her shoulders.
That's gotta be Dark Fate.
It's not. It's T2.
Oh man, that's disappointing.
Oh boy.
Still hot as fuck.
This is a good one. It's a little lengthy. This is 1/2 star. This is from Baby Bart Simpson, March 20th, 2022. If James Cameron and Tim Miller 69'd, Miller would have a stomach full of cock, and Jim's lips would be free to tell his successor's micropenis that the only story Tim Miller is qualified to tell is the one announcing he's leaving the entertainment industry.
That's Dark Fate.
That is Dark Fate.
That's wow.
Listen, I see.
You put a lot of thought into that.
I see the words 69 and then cock in a sentence. It's going in.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I like that review. I think people should review things like that more often.
This is from SJ Brands, the 12th of April, 2022. Watched at home with Mac over 2 days.
Over 2 days.
Over 2 days. So I had to split this one up.
And these movies are what, an hour and a half? 2 hours long?
Maybe 2 hours long. James Cameron likes to push it a little.
So, all right, so like 25 minutes of watching and then take a break, or
here's the question: did they watch
over what? How many days?
2 days. So did they watch an hour and a half one night and then half an hour the next night, or did they split it up evenly?
I think the only movie you'd be able to like stop and then go to bed or whatever, and then be like, oh, I want to continue that, would be T2. So
That's what you're going with?
yes.
That is correct. This is a Terminator 2
Is
movie.
that when you kind of can stop
Yeah,
at
like,
some point?
Right when well, I guess the reveal
Because
happens
the other
pretty
one's
early
just
on
like
in the movie.
non-stop robot shit, right?
I don't really remember. It's not a very good movie.
Yeah.
So it's sort of out there. Half a Star by Patrick Starr.
Patrick Starr.
Yep. Patrick Starr. January 20th, 2022. The only sequel I've ever seen that might be as bad as The Empire Strikes Back. This is a hot take.
As bad as The Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
So like the best Star Wars movie.
They do not like that movie. Apparently. Because they rated this as half a star.
So okay.
I did not click on their profile to see if they also reviewed The Empire Strikes Back.
Right, but so they think that's a bad sequel.
Apparently.
Which
According to everything we see here.
I'm gonna say that guy, it's gotta be the Terminator 2.
It is indeed Terminator 2. Because this guy clearly doesn't understand what a good movie is.
Right, yeah.
Because Empire Strikes Back is a good movie. 5 stars by Stevie 2021. This is reviewed September 9th, 2021. One of the best sequels to come by.
One of the best
One
ones.
of the best sequels to come by.
How bad was Dark Fate
Really
compared to
bad.
the other ones?
Oh, compared to it was
Like
probably
Genesis.
like the third or fourth. It's probably it's hard to tell between Terminator 3 and Dark Fate. But I would say it's either the third or the fourth. I think
The Christian Bale one looks good compared to like the other ones.
I think that this was better than that.
Dark Fate was better than that?
I think so. I think it was better than the one that came after it too, Genesis. Because Genesis was just like a hot pile of garbage.
Is that the one where Arnold Schwarzenegger's old?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't like that one.
He's also old in Dark Fate too.
He was in that one as well.
Yes. He's in all of them, except for that one where he wasn't, but then he kind of was because he was a weird CGI monster.
Yeah, and then they burned his skin off.
Sure.
Well, that scene in that movie is actually pretty cool, though. The factory scene.
I haven't seen that one in a very long time.
It's like at the end when he's breaking them out.
I haven't seen Salvation in a very... I remember when that movie came out.
That's the only like cool part in that movie, I thought.
I think there's a part where Christian Bale jumps out of a helicopter into the water and then is on a submarine, right? That's pretty cool.
There's like robot thingies in the water.
How do you get in the submarine?
I don't remember him being in a submarine.
He was in a submarine.
I'm
fairly certain.
I don't think so.
We can watch the movie later.
Yeah.
All right, is this a Terminator 2 or a Terminator Poo? Would you like me to read the
Yeah,
review
what was
again?
even the question?
5 stars. One of the best sequels to come by.
I'm going to go Dark Fate.
That is correct.
Yes. Yep.
All right, last one. This is half a star. Reviewed by Franks Will 422. 2021, November 19th. Started watching it on Pluto, but it was the Spanish version, so I turned it off. Yes, I'm quite racist.
He was watching it on what?
Pluto. I assume that's a channel? Or like
Pluto?
a free streaming service?
I'm in Span. It's got to be T2.
It is indeed T2.
Yeah.
That was the last one, Jordan. I don't know how many you got. It's displayed on
mostly they
screen
were
somewhere.
Correct.
I think I have your let me ruffle around in my pockets here.
Yeah, where's my prize?
Your prize
A Burger King receipt?
no is a coupon that I got at the grocery store today when I bought some chicken for $4 off some chicken if you spend $8 or more, or some herbs. And it's poorly printed, so it probably won't work. And it also has a little bit of oil for when I made French fries.
Off your Hannaford chicken. Does it work for like the organic stuff?
I don't know. It spat that out when I bought my chicken, so now you can have it.
Wow, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
You certainly earned it with this amazing display of knowledge of the Terminator 2/Terminator Dark Fate audience.
I'm really happy about this. Thank you. I'll probably throw it in the trash later.
I was looking in my car today for some wrenches, and I found $3 bills under my seat
Sweet.
with a cough drop stuck to one of them.
Yeah, I found money in my car too. I was like, I hope this happens more often. You ever just like find money just sitting around?
Like in a pocket of a jacket sometime. I found a $20 bill one time.
Oh shit.
It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
What did I spend that money on, I wonder? Who knows?
Did you know, speaking of finding stuff on the ground, you know people just throw their lottery tickets away?
No.
You've never just found lottery tickets on the ground?
I don't
Like
walk
scratched ones.
outside a lot.
Okay, well, people just chuck them. But I guess you can go on the website, like main lottery,
Right.
and you can like use any scratch tickets like to gain points, and then you can win like free like buy stuff with it.
So is it like you know the Coke rewards points?
Yeah.
Where like you take the cap off a bottle of Coke
Yeah.
and you got the little
Yeah,
code.
it's like that.
My dad did that for a while.
Yeah.
Nintendo does that too, I think.
Yeah, you can get free shit. But I didn't know like all these like tickets you could just see in the trash, you know, like you can just grab those and like get points.
Hmm.
And yeah, you can get like coolers and all kinds of stuff.
Rent money.
Pepsi used to do that.
Yeah, there was this whole thing with Harrier Jump Jet, I believe. Which might have ended that for Pepsi.
What was it?
So they had this advertisement where it's like, for 100 points, you get a cozy for your soda. For 500 points, you get a t-shirt. For 2.1 million point, like it was just like this crazy amount that no regular person would ever get. You get a Harrier Jump Jet, which is the jet from like the 80s that could take off and land like a helicopter. And this guy saw that, and he was like, he did the math on it, like how many things of Pepsi you would need to buy in order to get that number of points, and it was way less than a jump jet would cost. Like a jump jet was like $80 million or something stupid. And he was like, I'm going to do this. So he got all these people together, like all these super rich people. He was like, if you invest with me, I'll get you give me all this money. I'll buy all this Pepsi. I'll win this jet. I'll sell the jet. And then I'll give you some money back. And then
I'm in.
he got all these people in.
I'd be in on that.
He did it. And he got the 2.1 or whatever number it was, million points. And he went to Pepsi. He's like, I'd like the jet, please. And they were like, we can't do that.
False advertising.
So he sued them. And he's like, well, first I think he was like, well, why? And they're like, because it's like a fighter jet. Like, we can't just give that to somebody. And he's like, well, what if you made it so that it wasn't like useful as a fighter jet? And they're like, literally the only way.
Why was that even on their website?
Because it's a fighter jet. It's cool.
Yeah, but if you can't actually get somebody to fire the jet, then you shouldn't, be having it on your website it's a prize.
I don't think it was on the web. It was like a TV commercial. It's same thing, but it was.
Show me this commercial.
I will after. I don't remember where I saw this, but it was probably a crazy video on YouTube. But they were like, literally the only way that we can make this so that it's not like a threat to government security is if we melt it down and gave you this like block of metal. So then he sued Pepsi and was like, I want my fucking money. I don't remember.
I want my money or I want my fighter jet.
Well, he's like, I want the worth of the fighter jet in money because that's what I wanted. And I think he would have had to have won, right?
I mean,
like, you can't just do that. You can't. It's sort of like there's a.
If they said you can win a fighter jet,
and you
then
can't,
they needed right, then that's
you have to,
like, shame on you, Pepsi. Yeah,
right.
Like they need to find him a fighter jet.
There was a great Simpsons episode where there was a radio contest and Bart called in and they're like, you get to win $10,000 or an elephant. And he calls in and he wins it. And they're like, okay, we'll send you your $10,000. He's like, I want the elephant. They're like, no.
Yeah, you can't do
We
that.
can't give you an elephant. He's like, no, I want my elephant. And there's this whole thing where eventually they got an elephant, and then they're like, how do we take care of a fucking elephant? It was a whole deal. It's a funny episode.
What do you think he'd do with a fighter jet? Like, why can't you own one if the engine's like taken out or something? You know, like,
Well, I
if
think
there's no
that,
guns on it.
well, there would be on a Harrier jump jet.
No, I mean they just take them off.
Yeah, but then you still have a plane, like a super maneuverable plane.
Yeah.
That
So
you could, maybe
I can't-
fly into a building or
Yeah, well, you can fly one of those other
You also
crappy
need to be,
planes into a
like-
building.
super. Yeah, but this one's like stealth and shit.
So Pepsi said you could win a stealth fighter jet in this
That can take off and land vertically and like hover and shit.
Would like the Augusta airport here? Would they allow me to fly that out from the airport?
You probably could.
A fighter jet?
You could. I don't know if they would
allow me
let
to?
you.
Yeah, that's what I
But
was
it's not
asking.
like a 747
Like-
where it's like physically impossible.
Right.
But I have no
Yeah.
idea what they allow jets up there, so I mean I don't see why not.
Yeah, fighter jets. So yeah, like if I just come in, like you know how planes when they're on the ground they're like, "Wee." Yeah. So if I just like came in there and was like, good to launch my fighter jet off the runway, like they'd be fine with that.
I don't know. I have never taken off a plane.
What do you even do if I can't legally fly a fighter jet and I'm in a fighter jet and I'm flying around? Like, who do they like call the military to shoot me down?
Yes, I believe so.
Like to
I
shoot me
think-
down, or
yes.
would they like
I
try
think
to get
that's-
contact?
Well, they would talk
me,
to
or-
you first and be like,
right.
"You fucking land right now,
What if I was like,
right
dude,
now.
No, I've never. Okay,
We're
here-
arming
hold
the
on,
missile.
hold on.
We're
Here's-
arming-
here's
we're
the-
arming
hold
the
on,
missiles
stop,
right now.
Restart it.
We're firing
on.
the missile."
Restart it.
Okay.
All right, I'm flying.
Okay, you're flying.
Okay,
I'm the military.
you got the call. Right.
You need to land right now.
I don't know how.
You need to land right now.
Look, can you talk me through
You
it?
need to land
No,
right.
I seriously have
You-
no. I got
Sir?
in this thing.
Sir,
Look,
you need to eject right now.
Have you
Pull the
seen-
loop
have you
between
seen-
your
what? Eject?
eject.
Kick
You have
ass. How do I
five.
do
You
that?
have
How do I
5
do that?
seconds.
Give
Pull the
me-
loop between your legs.
Where is it?
You've seen Top Gun. Pull the loop between your legs.
No, I've never seen Top Gun.
Pull the loop.
What about Behind Enemy
Pull
Lines? Is it
the
like that?
loop.
Is it like that movie?
We're,
Am I gonna
we're
be in a
sir, we're shooting you down.
Sir,
Sir,
give me a second.
Sir,
Give me a second.
sir,
Just
we
between
are
my
shooting.
It's between
Fuck
my-
it, we're going home. We don't care.
Okay. Eject right now. That's an option. Kick ass, man.
And then they would arrest your ass as soon as you got back on the ground.
Why?
Because you can't do that. It's very illegal.
What if I'm in like out in the ocean, like maritime? What else?
Well, I don't think maritime law applies in the air.
So okay.
I think there's different rules for that.
How fast can those things go?
Pretty fast. I don't think the Harrier can break Mach 1.
Like, how quickly would it get me to Europe?
I don't think
From Maine.
you would not make it to Europe
Why?
because the fuel tanks aren't that big. It's not
How
made
long can I be in the sky
to
in this
fly.
thing?
Maybe a couple hours.
That's it?
Yeah.
Man, they do their missions quickly then.
Well, it's like
2 hours
well,
before
the
you're out
Harrier
of
was a very
fuel.
specific thing, where it was designed to be like you bring it with you, you fly it, and you refuel it in the air and stuff, or you like hop it across, and then you get right up to enemy airspace, and then you land and you refuel, and then you like fly really quickly in and do some shit, and then fly really quickly back, because it can land anywhere, because it can land vertical takeoff and landing. So that was the idea, is like you would use it
What is
right
this
on
thing?
the edge.
What does this look like?
Just look up the Harrier jump jet.
Harrier jump jet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You've definitely seen it before.
Harrier? Like
Carrier.
hair? Or carrier.
Yeah. I think it's an E. Herrier, maybe? I don't know.
Harrier.
It's it's stupid and British and dumb. But the United States did use it.
Yeah, you just described it as being this thing?
Yeah. There's actually a really cool story
Yeah, what the hell is that guy gonna do with that?
where the front landing gear didn't come down. So this pilot was like, "What do I do now?" And they it was a Navy thing. And they're like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go get a stool, and we're going to set it on the deck of the boat, and you're just going to land on the stool.
That seems easy enough.
And the guy fucking did it.
Yeah.
Which is impressive on that plane because it's like from the 70s, so there's no computer. You just have to do it all manually.
Well, like, okay, so all these helicopters and these planes that they have that you can look at, but you can't, like, they don't fly anymore.
Like the one up the airport? The
yeah,
helicopter?
There's that helicopter. There's that one that's in, like, that military surplus store. Remember they had that, like, they had a fighter jet.
Yeah, but that was the loosest definition of a jet still.
Yeah, but I mean, they had it, so why can't they just take the guns and the stuff out of this and just give them the thing? Because
then it would just be, like, it wouldn't be worth anything. The whole point of it was that it was a working Harrier jump jet.
There's no way. There's no way
they
that
showed
happened.
It fly.
No, there's no way that and they said straight up you can win.
Well, they weren't like, you get to win, you know, there wasn't a thing that was like, all the guns have to be taken off and there can be no engine. It was just like, you can win a Harrier jump jet, and then like flew in, and then a kid got in it and went to school. Because it was the 90s.
And you've seen this commercial.
Yes, I watched the whole video about this whole thing. Like 5 or 6 years ago.
Send it to me.
I'll try and find it.
That's like the woman who got burned from the McDonald's coffee, except like on steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is it?
I mean, as far as like suing somebody for something, yeah.
Yeah, but that was kind of like, that wasn't like a false advertising thing. That was like a, oh my god, your coffee's so hot that I took the the cover off and it gave me 3rd-degree burns.
Yeah, yeah.
And then McDonald's went, sorry.
But like,
we talked about that in civics class one time.
Yeah.
And I said that she definitely shouldn't have won.
Why?
Well, I said that one, McDonald's should have paid for it.
Oh, they did.
They should have out front to prevent them getting the shit suit out of them. She just should have been like, okay, we'll pay for all your medical bills. They just should have done that. And then they also probably shouldn't have had their coffee at like 200 or something degrees.
Yeah. Like borderline boiling hot.
Maybe just don't do that.
200.
But like, how many, probably millions of people do you think burn themselves with scalding hot coffee before that old woman did it?
Well, I've seen an interview with her, and she didn't even really want to like have all that attention or anything. She just simply was like,
no, she just wanted to cover her medical bills, but then it turned into this whole thing, and like McDonald's just should have paid for it, like up front, because there's probably like a couple $1,000 maybe for them.
For her medical expenses?
For McDonald's, though.
Oh.
Like, for them to come in and be like, this is what we're paying. And the hospital would be like, fuck it, I guess you're McDonald's, so you can do whatever you want.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, whatever. But the lawsuit with the fighter jet. Can you imagine, like, they sit down with their lawyers and everything, and they're like, I need to know, did you really offer them that they could possibly win a fighter jet? And then they're like, let's watch the commercial. And it's like, you can win a fucking fighter jet. Like, what did the lawyers do in that? They were probably like going over the video, like how stupid it is, like trying to see if they really did, you know, say you can win a fighter jet.
It was like the main part of the commercial too. It was like the back half of the 30-second ad was the fighter jet. It was really stupid. Also, fuck Pepsi. I don't like Pepsi.
Why?
So, in 2015, a billion years ago, they released, in Back to the Future 2, they have like the weird future Pepsis. They released bottles of Pepsi in those bottles. And I was super excited. I was also 15, so I didn't have any money. So I asked my mom, it's like, hey, this is really cool. I don't know how much they are, but can you just like, because there's a limited amount. There's only like 5,000. It's like, hey, can you watch the site? It goes at this time, and like here's the link and all that stuff. She said, sure. Because I was also in school, so I couldn't actually do it. So she did, and then she texted me back like 15 minutes after it goes. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning. She texted me back. She's like, hey, so I couldn't get it because even though Pepsi had it like 9 o'clock and 1 second was the first second that you could start ordering them, Amazon had already been selling them for like 3 hours. So they were all just gone by the time the actual official time that people were supposed to wait hit. It's like, oh, okay. Fucking Pepsi.
This was just a bottle of it?
Yeah, it was like a cool I was, I'm a big Back to the Future fan. I thought it was like cool.
You can just go to the store and buy that?
No, because it was like a limited edition thing.
Yeah, you know what else is a limited edition thing?
Jaws beer?
The Jaws beer.
Yeah, but this is
I've
different.
seen that quite a bit.
Every time I go in there, I look and it's there. I think that we have bought more Jaws beer than anybody else in this town combined.
Jaws beer?
How can you not buy Jaws beer?
What is it even called again?
Not.
Oh, Narco. Oh, do you have one in there?
I've got 6.
No way. There's still Jaws beer left?
Narragansett.
Narragansett.
Yeah, I've got 6.
Jaws beer.
I think they should rebrand.
Just call it Jaws beer. Well, I mean, no, I think they should keep that because that's what it is in the movie. But people would just call it Jaws beer.
Yeah, this is like a...
Can I get a Jaws beer, please?
And then people would know what you're talking about.
Right. And then everybody would crush them, throw them.
And also be totally shit-faced for
Jaws beer.
That scene.
Yeah. He actually had to, he couldn't even get through that scene.
Yeah, you can't. And then the final scene is, cut between the two. And you can tell on the 4K release, as we noticed.
Do you think Steven Spielberg was like...
I don't think Steven Spielberg gave a fuck. I think he was probably he was like James Cameroning it, where he was living off of buy one, get one free Big Mac coupons. Whereas, you know that about James Cameron, right? Where he would, his mom would mail him coupons. I think that Steven Spielberg was doing that, and then this asshole showed up and was like, I'm totally fucking shit-faced, and Steven Spielberg was like,
I'm pretty sure he thought that was going to be like his only movie. They told me he was going to get fired. Or that he's never going to work in Hollywood again.
It's so weird to me. Like, every single time you hear about a successful actor or director, every single time, they were always told, you are never going to make it. They're never going to, like, for Arnold Schwarzenegger, they're like, we're going to label you as Arnold Strong because Arnold Schwarzenegger will never appear on a poster for a movie. Or for
Schwarzenegger.
Or for Queen, where it's like, if you... For Queen, if you play Bohemian... If you choose... Because there's this whole thing where it's like, if you choose... They wanted to do Bohemian Rhapsody as their thing that they put on the radio, but the record label was like, it's too long. Nobody's going to want to listen to it, so we have to pick like a shorter song or have to cut it down. And they were like, no, the song goes up in its full length, and this is the only song that's going to go up. And they're like, well, if you decide to do that, we're going to cut ties with you, and then nobody will ever know who Queen was. Like, how many...
Bohemian Rhapsody? Which one's that?
It's the Wayne's World theme song.
Wayne's World.
Like, how many times does that has to happen before somebody in an executive's office, some young actor comes in and they do a thing and it's pretty good, but whatever. How many times does a Robert Downey Jr. or an Arnold Schwarzenegger or Steven Spielberg have to make it through before you just like?
I think it's because
let's give this kid a shot.
You have to like believe in what you're doing. Like usually, if everybody thinks that you're like the best at something, you're probably like not.
Yeah, it's like a bias, feedback loop, positive feedback loop.
Yeah.
That is
if even like people like that though would actually they like believe in what they're doing, like they're passionate about it.
That does make sense.
So it doesn't matter if other people are going to do that, and then if they break through, then usually it's like maybe they appear a little bit different than.
That's what Matt Damon says, because he's obviously very famous, and people come up to him all the time. They're like, "Hey, I want to get into acting. Like, do you think that's a good idea?" And he's been open about this. He says, "No, I think it's a terrible idea. Like, you absolutely shouldn't do that. You should follow other things." Because this is going directly against what I just said. If you can hear, "No, you shouldn't do this," from someone that you clearly admire and respect, and yet you still do it, then that means that you were right to do it. Like, that was what you wanted. You have to want it so bad that you will go against everything everybody says and give up everything in order to try and do it. And then you go to the Oscars and you slap Chris Rock.
Yeah, imagine you just suck, though, but you never give up your dream. I want to be that kind of guy.
Neil Breen.
Well, does he, though?
He doesn't suck. He's great. I love him.
I mean, he doesn't. It's not like he's like he pays to make those movies.
No, he's having a fucking blast. Yeah. And I respect
rich,
that.
That'd be fun to make movies.
Yeah, if I was in that position, I would absolutely be doing the exact same thing. And they would probably be worse quality.
Yeah. Neil Breen.
One last thing. Did you see the Nicolas Cage AMA on Reddit? Ask Me Anything?
No.
You should look into that because he had some great questions and some great answers.
Remember when everybody thought he was a vampire?
You mean in that picture I showed you?
No, I don't know what that was.
He's Dracula.
Is that from a movie?
It's from something that's coming out.
No, there's a picture of some guy that from like the
1800s. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then everybody was asking if he was a vampire.
But one of the questions was like, Nicolas Cage is so weird, but also so wholesome and pure.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Somebody was like, what's a quote from a movie? Like, what's the quote that people say to you when they see you from a movie that you
the bees
that you hate the most? And his response was, I don't hate any of them. Like, I love that people watched the movie, they cared enough to remember this quote, and now they're saying it to me. Like, that is awesome. It's like, yeah, that is awesome. Way to fucking go, Nicolas Cage.
What's your favorite Nicolas Cage quote?
I'm trying to think of it. You put me on the spot here. Nicolas Cage. Probably the part in National Treasure 2 where he sticks his hand in the crack and then he goes, ah! But then it's not really anything. He's just doing a joke. I think that's my favorite Nicolas Cage line. Ah!
Yeah, it's not really a quote. See, mine is, what's in the bag? A shark or something? That one's a good one. I also like, that whole movie. Like, I like the scene where he, like, comes out of a little, like, trance, like, daydream type thing, and he's, like, holding a dead person, and he's just like, God damn it, and drops it. Oh, and then there's another one, this guy's on fire. I didn't watch this movie, but I've seen this clip. So there's a plane crash, big jet. Yeah, this guy comes running past Nicolas Cage on fire, and Nicolas Cage is just like, hey! Just yells at him. There's a video, just type in Nicolas Cage yells at a guy on fire. It'll pop right up. Like, not the response you would have, like, hey!
I'm walking here!
No, it was more like he was trying to be like, what's going on here to this guy who just survived a plane crash and is literally engulfed
did he survive?
Flames.
Did he survive the plane crash?
He's running out of the plane on fire. Or he was around there.
He's gonna burn.
Not
he's
in the plane.
Gonna burn to death though.
Yeah.
So I think that is a casualty of the plane crash.
Yeah, I don't know. But his new movie,
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
That looks.
I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Is that supposed to be me?
When's it?
It's grotesque. I'll give you $20,000.
I'll give you $20,000 for it. When does that come out?
I have no idea, but we are absolutely going to see it opening night.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We should also go see Everything, Everywhere, All at Once with Michelle Yeoh and Short Round.
What is that?
It's just like a weird. It's from the people who did Lighthouse, or the production studio that did Lighthouse, A24. They just do like weird artsy movies. She's like, it's like a weird multiverse thing where she can tap into all the different multiverse versions of herself. Like one where she's really good at fighting, and which makes sense because it's Michelle Yeoh, and one where she like spins the sign, and one where she's got like weird hot dog fingers.
Oh yeah,
I think I seen it in the trailer. It looks really good, and I've heard nothing but good things about it.
That would be like a. Have you ever thought about that? Like there's different versions of you in different areas. Like maybe there's our whole our whole like universe or whatever, and then like other ones where it's like almost like the same, like you were born the same time and all that,
right?
And it's the same thing, but like different situations that have happened.
Yeah.
So like there could be like a version of you
that is
like
successful,
super rich, and
and handsome, and popular.
Well, you'd still be you.
Would I? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. If I was rich and popular, I'd
what
be
does that mean?
Totally different. I'd just be an asshole. Even more of an asshole than I already am.
I mean you could be an asshole in this other universe. I'm just saying you can't alter your appearance unless it's getting plastic surgery.
I could work out.
Yeah, but you could do that now too.
I could.
Okay.
I'm not.
That'd be pretty wild though.
Yeah, if I was hot.
No, I mean, I don't see you could work out now. And then,
I could.
But you would rather.
But I'm saying in this other universe now, I'm already hot.
Because you've been working out
for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what change happened in that universe that made me hot.
Yeah.
Also, I'm super rich, so plastic surgery. Just take some steroids.
Yeah. What if like one of you can like meet up with all your other versions of you? Like you can
have a Spideyverse sort of deal
like that. And then it's like, what if like some of you?
I would try to suck my own dick.
Well, I would immediately
bang
myself, because that's just what I would do.
And yeah.
But once that all got, and they would be down with it too.
Well, obviously they're you,
right?
Except for that one weirdo version of you that's like a pedophile and doesn't want anything to do with it.
Oh, I hope there's not a pedophile version.
There has to be. I mean, if they're infinite multiverses, infinite. Because the theory is every decision every single person ever makes leads to another universe. So like there are universes out here that are literally identical in every way to this one, except I decided to not pick up my glass there.
Oh, this is like the friggin' Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah, it's just because that's what it is. I mean, multiverse theory is pretty wild.
Not multiverse so much as like here's our planet, then way out here's Earth again. With all the same exact stuff.
There's a couple different multiverse theories. One is the what I just said with the decisions, and it's like a whole nother dimension or whatever. Then there's the universe is infinite theoretically, from our understanding of it. So therefore, everything and anything has to repeat forever. But then also everything and anything has to be different forever. This is the problem with infinity.
Yeah, I don't like this.
It's sort of like you can have a bag of infinite balls labeled 1 to infinity, like ping pong balls, and you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the 10th one, you put in another cup. And you just do that forever. And at the end of it, you have a cup with infinite balls and a cup with infinite balls. Like it doesn't work.
If you could be able to just understand everything, like the woman from Crystal Skull.
Yeah. Well, first of all, my head would melt.
No, it's not gonna melt
and
off.
Explode.
You just like a thing opens up in the wall, like a black thing opens up in the wall.
Why is it gotta be black?
It just has to be because it's like a black hole. And then you just hear, if you want to know the secrets to everything, come with me. Would you just walk into that black hole?
I would probably throw something into it first and see what the reaction was to that.
All right, so you throw this in.
I would not throw that in because that is a limited edition.
All right, you throw this in.
I'm not going to throw that in because that's my Zimmer Zone card. I would probably throw in the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup topping shit.
And then you just hear,
ow!
No, you just hear, oh, God, that's fucking gross.
Here, what I would do first is I would hold it up to it at the top, and I would squirt it really hard.
And then it squirts in, and then like battery acid squirts back out, and just starts. It's like alien. It just eats through your floor.
I'm out. At that point, I'm out.
You have no.
I'm out.
Okay. So what are you gonna do about this black hole?
Now, if I squirted it through and heard, ah, what the fuck was that?
Then you would walk in.
Was that piss? She's pissing me. Then I would walk in, well, then I'd throw this through, and then I'd be like, no, it's just this, and I'd be like, oh, okay, and then I'd walk in.
I don't think I'd go into it.
I'd probably try peeing through it. Actually, I would try to piss through it.
I wouldn't throw anything through it.
Why?
So, well, why?
Here's what I would do. I would
take.
I have a pipe next to my bed in case anybody breaks in. I can beat them with this pipe.
Yeah.
I would tape my phone to the pipe, and I would start it recording
and film it.
And I would stick it through for a couple seconds, then I would stick it back. And if I saw like cool stuff, then I would go through. And then there would be like no oxygen or something, and then I would just die. But yeah.
What I would do is I'd be like, all right, hold on. How long do I have before you close this portal?
15 seconds.
15 seconds? I'm asking the portal.
And the portal's telling you 14 seconds. 13.
I don't know.
12.
I'd probably just
11.
I'd be like YOLO, I'd jump in. I was gonna say I'd go and I get like a ridiculous amount of rope and tie it to me, and then tie it to something in here in case I get lost in this place. Yeah. But if I only have 15 seconds, I guess I'm just gonna jump in.
Yeah, YOLO.
But do you even really want to know everything?
Yes.
You want to literally just know how the universe is made.
Yes, I would genuinely like that. It's not even like then I could sell the information. It would just be like generally curious. Like I would like to know why the Big Bang happened. I would like to know exactly
what's before that.
Who shot JFK. I would like to know the grand schemes of the universe. You get to know how the Big Bang happened, who shot JFK, and then if that guy won that lawsuit against Pepsi.
We know who shot JFK.
Yeah, it was the comedian from Watchmen.
Yeah.
I like how I said half an hour ago, okay, one last thing before we end the podcast.
Yeah, one last thing. This podcast is done.
Yeah, it is forever. Follow us on Instagram, JJTI Podcast. One actual last thing. There's a Rooster Teeth submission for content creators, and if you win the submission, you get like all this stuff and like a 1-year contract. And you get to go fly out there and live in Austin, Texas, for a month, and they pay for it all, and you get to like learn about media production. I wanted to enter us, but you need like 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 downloads.
I also wouldn't do that.
The submission ends on May 8th at midnight. So if anybody listening wants to get 1,000 of their friends to download every single episode of the podcast, go for it. But I don't think we're gonna do it. I don't think we're gonna make it.
No.
Maybe next time.
Plus, I got a job. I can't just.
Yeah, but they pay for it. They pay for it.
Yeah.
You paid.
I'm gonna leave my job.
You paid, and you get a 1-year contract. So you get paid.
Probably not what I'm making now.
Probably a lot more.
Probably not. Well, Austin, Texas, they might pay more.
Rooster Teeth makes a lot of money.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they pay people a lot of money.
You just if you're content,
getting them getting them coffee and shit.
All right, that's it. We're ending the podcast.
We're done.